Welcome back to my 5-video series on how to start a successful skill or knowledge-based online business. This series is all about how you can monetize your own unique skill or knowledge. Now, we all have skills or knowledge to share with the world, and there are people out there right now who need the knowledge that you already have and are going to be very willing to pay you for it. You can monetize these skills using this simple 4-step framework. Step 1, uncover your profitable idea. Step 2, attract your ideal customers. Step 3, create your irresistible offer. And step 4, set up your infrastructure and launch your irresistible offer. Now today we are talking all about step 2, how to attract your ideal customers. So if you missed the first 2 videos, go back and watch those first so that you don't miss anything. You can find links to those videos down in the description down below, so let's get into it. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Rachel Harrison-Sun, and I'm going to be teaching you how you can create a skill or knowledge-based online business. So please do subscribe, but don't forget to hit that bell so that you can be notified every time one of these videos in this series gets put out over the next few weeks. Now, after validating your idea in the last step, you might be tempted to go full steam ahead into creating your offer, and frankly, I don't blame you. You're probably very excited at this point and impatient to get the ball rolling, but we've got one more layer to pour onto our foundation before we start working on the offer that's going to start bringing you in some money. Now, your amazing product or service is going to go completely unnoticed unless we can find a way to tap directly into your ideal target market to reach your ideal customers. And that is what this step is all about. So if you're just starting out, you likely don't have much money, if any at all, to spend on advertising in order to get the word out about your new business. And you don't actually have an offer yet anyway, but you can still start positioning yourself as a trusted authority in your space so that once your offer is ready, you will have direct contact with the very people who will be most interested in buying it. Now, you're going to do this through content marketing, which is the best free marketing strategy for anyone with a skill or knowledge-based online business. This is the exact method that I used to build an audience and an email list, which we'll get to in a minute. And it's the number one thing that allowed me to have an $80,000 launch of my first digital course. Now, I didn't spend a dime to advertise that launch. 2.5 years later, I still haven't spent a single dime on advertising. Content marketing is that powerful. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the idea of content marketing, it's the consistent creation and sharing of valuable content meant to attract your ideal customers and ultimately drive sales in your business. So for an example, I create weekly video content about low content publishing for my YouTube channel. Now, so far, this has attracted an audience of just under 50,000 people who are interested in low content publishing. Many of those people fit the profile of my ideal customer. Now, you don't have to start a YouTube channel if that's not your thing. Instead, you could create weekly or bi-weekly articles on a blog. You could release regular podcast episodes. You could create regular social media content. Point is, choose a platform that makes the most sense for you and your business and your ideal customers, most importantly, and then start creating regular, valuable, free content related to your business idea to share with the world. And focus on one platform only here. Don't try to do a blog, a YouTube channel, and a podcast all at the same time. I do post my videos to my blog, but I don't actually create separate content for my blog. This is just a recipe for spreading yourself too thin and actually getting fewer results in the long run anyways. Now, content marketing can actually be much more effective than paid advertising because it gives you the opportunity to build a relationship and add tremendous value to your ideal customers long before you ever ask for a sale. Now, this builds your authority in your space, as well as building trust with your ideal customers, which is very important for anyone considering parting with their hard-earned money. For my own digital course business, I was creating and sharing free content on my YouTube channel for months before ever asking for a sale. So, during this time, I was providing value to my growing audience so that when it came time for me to launch my offer, people already knew and trusted me. And, they were already familiar with the quality of my free content, my teaching style, so the sale was easy. Now, your valuable free content is what's going to attract your ideal customers, but you're going to need a way to retain your growing audience and continue building that relationship. So this is where your email list comes in, and it will be the most important tool in your marketing tool belt. Building an email list is an absolute must. It's the best way to get the word out to your qualified leads once your offer is ready. Now, how do you convert the customers, or the consumers rather, of your free content into subscribers on your email list? The best way is to offer your audience a freebie, aka a lead magnet. Now, this could be a simple one-page PDF cheat sheet on a relevant topic. It could be a free guide. It could be a video, an audio file, whatever you think would add value to your audience members' lives and would ultimately entice them to agree to subscribe to your email list in exchange for that freebie. Now, don't just ask your audience if they want to subscribe to your newsletter. This just simply is not enticing enough. You want to add some real value here and give them a real reason to want to join your email list. Now, you can offer a link to your freebie at the end of every blog post, in the description of your YouTube channel, in the show notes of your podcast, in social media. You can house your freebie on a landing page that you create. And then that landing page is going to be connected to your email marketing provider, and their email address will be automatically added to your list once they download the freebie. Now, one thing to note for later on when your offer is ready to go, don't fret about the size of your email list. This is something it's going to grow slowly over time, and you don't need to wait until your list is a particular size before you launch your offer. What we're doing right now, we just want to get your list building in motion so that when you start releasing your regular free content, you have a way to retain your audience and continue to add value and build your relationship. Now, even if you have no one on your email list when your offer is ready to go, you could, for example, just still reach out to your personal network. So your email list, think of it as a marathon, not a sprint, but it is important to get it started early. Next, you're going to create a simple, good enough website. Now, if you've decided to use a blog as your method of sharing your content, you may want to set this up before you start your email list, but don't fall into the trap of spending days or weeks creating the perfect website. Fact of the matter is, almost no one is going to see your website in the beginning because you don't yet have an audience. So don't spend money on a web designer. Don't spend money on a professional photo shoot. Like I said, I think I mentioned this in the first video of the series, I slapped mine together in like 2 hours using a WordPress theme, and I used photos of myself from my wedding day because I just didn't have any professional photography. I'm still to this day using that site 3 years later, minus the wedding photos. I've added a few new things to it since, and finally now, like I said, almost 3 years later, I'm thinking about upgrading my entire website. But it's been 3 years. So just spend a couple of hours looking for a clean and simple WordPress theme, find a clean and simple image either of yourself or, from a nice stock image website, something that's relevant to your industry. Have a nice one-liner saying exactly what it is that you do front and center on your site, and then include a call to action that's going to link directly to your freebie. Don't add a novel's worth of text. Keep it simple. If you want to add a little bit of a brief about me page, go for it. Just don't fill your website with information that no one's going to read. And of course, you should be linking to your content that you're creating. So if you're a blog or a podcast, you can have a menu item that says blog or podcast. For me, I've got a blog, which then links to my YouTube channel from each of those articles. So those are the basics for beginning to attract your ideal customers. This is an important step because now, as you move on to creating your offer, you're going to be building a base of qualified leads who will very likely be interested in the offer you're about to create. And it's going to be running nicely in the background while you are creating that offer. So now that you've set that ball in motion, it's time to start working on that offer that your audience simply won't be able to refuse because of all of the hard work that you have done so far and are going to be doing in the next step. So join me for next week's video when we're going to create your irresistible offer. So if you're watching this video after next week's video has already come out, you're going to find a link to that video in the description below. I also invite you to download my free guide, the 4-step, no time to waste online business startup blueprint, using the link down in the description below as well. If you like this video, please remember to hit the like button, subscribe, share this video with anyone that you know that's considering starting a skill or knowledge-based online business or just might find it useful in general. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week.